Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going over basically hard breachers and when to use them, the loadouts you should use them for, and yeah, just like the best times to bring each hard breacher. It's gonna be kind of an overall hard breach guide, just for you guys, because there's, I mean, in ranked, 90% of the time you're just gonna see people bring Ace because he's kind of an all-around breacher, but some people just don't know how to play operators, like, and don't know how to play hard breachers. They think, you just open the wall with Ace, you sit outside, you walk in, this is just gonna be a basic guide, just all overall. Now that being said, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna hop into Thermite first, and first things first, we're gonna be going over like the loadouts for all the operators, and then we'll get into a custom game, and I'll show you different examples of when certain hard breachers should be used, how to properly use them, tips and tricks, stuff like that. Yeah. So anyways, Thermite, this is the loadout that I run. The only time you really run shotgun is if you're trolling or doing some kind of rush. His AR is good. It's a very good AR. I rock the 2.5 on it. I run compensator just because, I mean, his gun doesn't really have recoil, period. But if anything, I like to reduce horizontal movement more than vertical movement, because with a controller it's harder to control horizontal recoil. So I just run the compensator, but his recoil is like super non-existent. I run the laser on everything but shotguns just because, I mean, it reduces your ADS time. It's self-explanatory. And then I run vertical because, I mean, reduce time to reload weapon or operator movement speed. They're so niche that, like, there's no way that they'll actually, I mean, there's very few situations where they'll actually help you, and I'm just used to the recoil pattern with the vertical grip, so there's no reason for me to really switch it up. The pistol, I really like this pistol. Ash has it too, and I think Pulse does. Maybe Castle, but I use the super short hand Castle like everyone else should. But this pistol is really good. It does a lot of damage. The iron sights is really good. Doesn't have that very many bullets, but just don't miss. Easy as that. Stuns are probably one of the best secondary gadgets in the game right now. Like, as far as the grenades go, smoke, stuns, regular frags, stuns are very, very strong. Just, I mean, because Jaeger, a long time ago got his rework where he only gets one, whatchamacallit, he can only burn one stun at a time, and then it has to recharge or whatever, and Lamai's supply is limited and it recharges, throughout the round, so he doesn't start with a bunch. It just, stuns are really easy ways to get people out of position, blind people so you can take map control, flashbang a bandit who doesn't know which side of the wall you're putting the exothermic on, so he can't bandit trick you, things like that. I always run flashes on Therm. And yeah, that's it for him. I guess we'll go right down the line with Habana. Habana has the Type 89 and the Supernova. Supernova is, I mean, it's a good gun. It really is, but if you're playing an attacking operator, I feel like 9 times out of 10 you should be running an AR. You shouldn't run a shotgun, because especially as a hard breacher, you're probably gonna have a lot more long gunfights than short, unless you're at the point in your Siege career where you can plan out routes or plan out gunfights that'll keep you in close range. Then I guess switch to the Supernova, but the Type 89 is just better overall. I'm running Flash Hider on this. It's got a little bit more recoil than Therm, and actually I'm probably just gonna switch to compensator right now, just because I've been on a real compensator kick lately. Like, if I can run, if I can't run extended barrel on something, I'll throw compensator on it pretty much 9 times out of 10, just for fun. I got the 2.5 scope on it, laser, and vertical grip, just like Therm. The secondary bearing 9, it's a fully automatic weapon compared to a pistol. You always want to bring the fully automatic weapon in a game where headshots are king. I run extended barrel on it because the recoil doesn't really bother me. I'm an SMG 11 crutch. Like, I play mute 99% of defensive rounds, so The recoil pattern is kind of similar on this, so it just doesn't hurt me. So I run extended barrel on it. And flashes again. If you're playing certain maps and your teammates aren't bringing vert control, like say you're attacking basement of Clubhouse and your teammates don't have breach chargers, you don't have buck, whatever, you can bring breach chargers to open up the floor in basement, or open up the floor in kitchen and kitchen hall and stuff. But normally stuns are gonna be what you want to bring. Now next I'm gonna go to Mav, and Mav has really fallen out of favor in the meta lately. His picks are more niche than anything. If you're solo queuing, you probably shouldn't bring Mav at all, honestly. You should really only bring him in when you're playing in a coordinated stack, like for certain things like Chalet. You don't really need the front wall open all the way. If you just open it for a line of sight, like open a hole there and have your teammate rappel on it. This is for basement. You can just have your teammate rappel on it and hold the cross of that one bomb site, or snowmobile is the name of the room, but you can have your teammate hold the cross of snowmobile just through a slit. Or if you want to attack like Night Haven basement and you want to bring a glass and smoke it, use Mav to open a hole and let the glass go to town, you can do that too. It's just like very situational and very team oriented. Or if you know a bandit's gonna be bandit tricking, you can bring a Mav the floor or Mav the bottom so he can't bandit trick, and then you can open the wall, right? The Mav tricking used to be a huge thing where you just make the whole wall soft with Mav and then open it, but it's since they changed the lineups for C4s, like you can physically see where it's gonna land, it makes Mav tricking a lot harder because defenders can accurately throw the C4 through the hole in the wall or right next to the hole in the wall way more consistently, right? So it's just really dangerous to do that, and it's way easier to just go below with an ash to prevent it, or use a Capitao to stop him from bandit tricking, just stuff like that. Mav is just so situational, and he's really not good, to be honest. He is good for hatches if they're caded and you just can't figure out a way to get the cades off, and you can't bring a Thatcher or EMPs, or your Habana dies or something, then he's good for hatches on if the floor isn't soft around the hatch. But yeah, I literally never bring Mav. But if you are gonna bring him, you could actually run extended barrel on him if you don't get a problem with the recoil. I'm just gonna throw compensator on it because like I said, I don't play Mav. I couldn't even tell you what the recoil pattern's like because I just don't play him. But this is the loadout I got for him. This is what I would recommend. If his recoil is really easy, throw extended barrel on it. Extended barrel is never gonna be to your deficit, right? You only get one secondary. I run lasers on basically everything but shotguns, and flashes again. If you plan on playing Mav and you're gonna go and rappel somewhere, or you're worried about flanking some, bring the claymores. Especially next season, claymores are getting buffed. There's not gonna be any delay time from when they trip to when they go off, so it's gonna be a lot harder to shoot them when you jump out windows or trick them or whatever. So they're gonna be a lot better. So if you're playing on windows or something, you're worried about a jump out, bring the claymores. Sure. I'm a big fan of stuns. Now, the best overall hard breacher, I would say, the most versatile, Ace. Best weapon, AK-12. This thing fries. If you're bringing the shotgun, you're trolling. This gun is one of the, if not the best gun in the game. It's so good. I run flash hider on it. I don't know, I could run comp if I wanted to, I guess, but I run flash because this has a little bit more kick than the other hard breachers. It's not very much, but for a lot of players it's a little too much. And then vertical grip, 2.5 laser, all the same stuff as the other guns. You only get one pistol, laser muzzle, and I run claymores on Ace because your teammates really should be bringing some kind of vertical destruction, like a buck, and ash, whatever. If you really need to bring breaches, you can, but I bring claymores 99% of the time. And yeah, with the loadouts done, we're going to hop into a match, and I'm going to show you what situations you should use certain operators, which ones you shouldn't. And yeah, see you in a couple seconds, I guess. Alright, I'm back. And as you can see, we are on Clubhouse. That's because I believe this map has an opportunity for what am I doing? For every hard breacher to be used. I figured it'd be a good time to just go over when certain operators should be used and when they shouldn't. And yeah, so we're gonna get into it. First of all, if you're attacking CC, you can just bring secondary hard breaches for these walls. You really should open the top corner of this one so that you can get an angle on the rafters guy playing window, and you should open the bottom corner of this one so that you can walk in without getting contested from the window guy. But regardless, we're gonna go to the first wall. First wall is here. This wall should be opened by a Thermite, and the reason that it should be opened by a Thermite is just because his breaches are bigger than any of the other operators. If you can bring Thermite, you should bring Thermite because it'll open the wall a lot bigger, give you a lot more space to do things, right? The only difficulty with Thermite is that sometimes he's not in the safest position, right? Because he has to physically go up onto the wall to place it down. Whereas Ace can stand back here and just throw him, right? So this is a situation where he would be safe because you are outside. There's no way somebody's walking out to kill Therm unless you guys aren't watching the garage door and somebody just walks out from there. But in general, this is a safe spot for Thermite to push. So you should bring a Thermite for this wall. Now, one thing, if they're tricking, right? Ace is very good against people who try to bandit trick because you can throw him on both sides of the wall and he'll trick one, but the other one will get open. But on a spot like CCTV, as you can see, the wall's right here. So you can easily have a teammate go below, right? And just ash below and he can't trick anymore. Or if you don't want to push in, or if your teammate isn't confident taking below, then you send somebody to this window, like a Cappy Tower or somebody with nades. You just firebolt it, because he can't trick it either, right? Boom. Easy as that. But yeah, if it's safe, if it's a safe position, you should bring a Therm, because you will be opening a big-ass wall, right? A big-ass hole. This also potentially could bring a Therm, because you take control of the master side and you just have a teammate hold this and boom, you're good. This wall as well, it is outside of the building, no way you're getting run out on or whatever. Bring a Therm for that wall. Now, going to gym bedroom. Most of the time people are gonna take this plat wall, right? Easy Thermite, right? Because even if they're tricking, there's a drone hole right here. You throw a couple flashes, you throw a nade, or you open up this window and you kill the person bandit tricking, right? Thermite should not have a problem opening this wall. However, a lot of times people will then reinforce this wall, put head holes here to defend against the breach, right? And sometimes this will even be a Mira. This would be a good time to bring Ace, right? Because if you can ace this wall from outside the breach, then whether they have a mirror or not, they can't play this wall anymore, right? Because it's open. So you should always try to open this wall with an ace charge. And yeah, people also like to put a mirror on this wall sometimes, and you can open that from the construction single. So, like I said, ace would be good. Like, a lot of times you're gonna want to bring an ace and a Thermite, just for the fun of it. Because one, you'll have to open potentially 3 walls or so, and 2, in case one of your hard breachers dies, it's always nice to have a second one, right? So, now onto the third and final bomb site that we'll be covering is going to be basement, right? Because nobody really goes bar, stage, whatever, stock, whatever, I don't care. If you're attacking basement, this is one of the bomb sites where you don't have to bring a Therm if you don't want to. You can get everything open that you want to with the Habana. Habana should purely be brought for hatches. unless you need to do something from safety and you already have an ace doing something else, right? An example of that would be bank. If you're bringing an ace to open up the top square walls, you can bring a Habana to open up the elevator walls from lobby so that they can't play in that hallway, right? But otherwise, other than situations like that, Habana should only be brought for hatches. So basement bomb sites are Habana's shit, right? You can bring Habana, especially on Clubhouse, because there's, what is it, 3 hatches that you gotta open? This one, the one in stock, and the one in kitchen. Those are, she's the most efficient hatch opening operator. And then, with the amount of pellets she has, she can open those 3 hatches and still have room to open a crouchable or crawlable hole into dirt if you want to. But then again, I would recommend, if you're attacking basement, I'd recommend bringing a Habana and an ace, because just in case somebody gets nitroed or picked or something, that's always going to be a possibility. And if instead of taking a kitchen dirt approach, you want to push main moto blue, right? Ace would be a perfect operator for attacking the main stairs, because he can throw his ace charges and open church wall safely, right? He doesn't have to run up to it like a Thermite. He doesn't have to take his gadget out and trigger it like Habana, because that takes longer, right? Less time with your gun out. He just throws it, and then he's ready for any potential swings that are coming his way. Now, notice I didn't mention Maverick at all, because you don't really need him, right? If you're worried about the hatches being cade tricked or whatever, you can mav this hatch for sure, because bar's safe. Like, you can't get C4'd like through the floor or anything. You could get C4'd through the holes, so you gotta be careful with that, but you can't get C4'd through the floor. So that he could be good for that. Or on CCTV, you could bring the Maverick to stop the bandit tricking, right? Like if they're bandit tricking this CCTV wall, you bring the Maverick and you throw the Maverick. You put you have the Maverick start mavericking holes here, and you have somebody sit on the rappel right where I am and just fry him, right? You just fry the bandit. He will die or almost die, right, if he doesn't get away quick enough. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my Hardbreach guide for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Comment something that you learned that helps you, or comment other tips and tricks that you've learned playing Hardbreach for others down below. And yeah, subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time. Bye.